Computer's overheating. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our Lunch and Learn. Today, Rebecca and I are going to go over some updates with Google Meet and some things that are coming from Google that we can't wait for to really help us secure your rooms so that you can focus on instruction and not the possibility of others joining who aren't supposed to be there. So we're just going to walk through how to get onto Google Meet again, the latest and the greatest, and then we're going to talk to you about some of the things that are upcoming. So with Google Meet, one of the things that we want to stress is with these updates, you as the teacher will be the one who can mute and remove students. All right, you will be able to, as the creator of the meeting, mute and remove students. Students, when you give them the nickname, which Rebecca's going to walk through the details of how to actually create a nickname meeting so that we're all on the same page. When you give them the nickname, they will not be able to join the meeting again. All right, so if you give them the nickname versus the Meet URL, students will not be able to rejoin the meeting once you have closed the room. The teacher needs to be the first one in the room and also the last one in the room. Remove anyone who is still lingering, and once they leave, they won't be able to rejoin the meeting. And then Rebecca's also going to talk to us about a couple of third-party extensions, which we find very helpful, grid view, so that you can see everyone all together. And then also Nod, which is a really cool extension that we found that enables students to raise their hand and ask if they have a question, emojis like that, which are really, really helpful for you. I do want to point out that this is being recorded. Everything that we do is on our website. Excuse me, it's on our website, edtechtraining.palmbeachschools.org. And on that website, you'll see the calendar to all of the webinars that we do, as well as the resources from the webinar. This slide deck, we have a couple of things that are hyperlinked. So we want to make sure that we give you that information. I do want to point out this one thing that we just found out that is coming soon with Google Meet. And this one I'm really excited for. We can't actually demo it today because it's not yet available, but it is coming soon. This link is a hyperlink. So you would be able to click on it and see a video of it in demonstration. But basically, Google Meet will be integrated with Google Classroom. All right, teachers will be able to start a meeting in Google Classroom, make that link visible for students. Students would simply go to Google Classroom, click on the link to join the meeting, and then teachers will be able to, once again, be the last one in the meeting, but you can make that link invisible so that students cannot go back to that link, and you can reset the link so the link is new each time. So we're really excited about that. Don't know when, but hopefully it'll be coming soon. So with that in mind, we're going to go live with Rebecca so that we can just, once again, make sure that we're all up to date with the latest with Google Meet, and we're all on the same page with how we actually create meetings.
Thank you, Tasha. So we're going to get started today by going over how to install a Chrome extension. So the first thing you absolutely have to do is be in the Chrome browser, and you need to be logged into Chrome. If you look to the top right of your screen, if you're on the Chrome browser, you should see your picture or your icon, and you can click on it to make sure you actually are logged into Chrome. So we are going to go to the Chrome Web Store, and so I'm going to just type in, and it's chrome.google.com/webstore. You can also Google it very easily to get yourself there. And once you're in the Chrome Web Store, you're going to search for the extension. So we are looking for the Google Meet grid view, and you'll see it pops up right there. And out to the right, you will see, if you don't have it already, the blue Add to Chrome button. Because I've already installed it, I'm going to get the Rate It button. But this is the one that you want to get that's going to allow you to see all of the people in your class or in your Meet. It's going to put them in alphabetical order by first name. So that's a great way to have your class organized and you can see everyone at the same time. We're going to demo this in a moment when we go into our Meet. But let's go ahead and look for our second extension. And that one is called Nod. And it's reactions for Google Meet. And when I click into this one again, you would just add it to Chrome. And once you do add it, you're going to see all of your extensions up at the top. Oh, let me turn my cursor on so you can see where I'm pointing. So right up here at the top, you can see the icon for Nod. And you can see the icon for the grid view. Your extensions are always going to show up to the right of your URL, and those are going to be the ones that are actually on right now. You can also hide them. You can have many, many, many extensions and just have them turned off. And I'm going to show you how to do that next. But this Nod reactions for Google Meet, as Tasha said, is going to allow your students to raise their hand. It's going to allow them to do a thumbs up or a wow or applause. And you'll see it pops up down at the bottom. This does require your students to install this extension as well. The extension has been whitelisted for all students, so they can go to the Chrome Web Store just like I did and add it to their extension list. Okay, so let me show you how to get rid of an extension or to turn it off. If you look in the top right-hand corner, there's 3 little dots. And you're going to scroll down to where it says More Tools. And then out to the left, you'll see a shortcut to your extensions. Once I'm in my extensions, I can see that one-click timer is turned off. I can easily toggle it on, and you'll see that it shows up in my extensions. I can also remove it if I don't want it anymore at all. I didn't find it useful. I can take care of it like that. So you can turn them on and off. And you can also remove. The reason sometimes you might want to turn it on or off is sometimes when there's updates to Google, it might do something weird or it might affect your productivity or your speed. So sometimes extensions, having too many of them on is not a good thing. So just keep the ones on that you use a lot. Okay, we're going to jump into our Google Meet so we can demo what these extensions look like. Here's some of my friends. They're here. Can some of my other friends join in? Hi, Mike. Hi, Eric. Hi, Dave. So you can see Dave, D-E, Mike's over here with the E. You can't see his name, and Rebecca is here. But as more and more people join, you would see it get bigger and bigger and bigger. So do one of you guys want to demo raising your hand? Who's got a question? Hello, who's got a question? Raise your hand, please. Dave, wonderful. Thank you for raising your hand. Notice Dave doesn't have to do it all awkward on the screen. I see down here on the very bottom that he has raised his hand, and Dana has now joined us, and John has joined us. So you can see it moved Dave over because Dana alphabetically is going to be in front of him. And if, let's say, we could all say, okay, thank you for asking your question, Dave. So I can do a thumbs up for Dave. Eric is clapping. So we're showing our reactions and our feedback right inside of our class as we're teaching. Now, if you wanted to present when present in grid view, I can't speak today. Let me go ahead and click this other side. This is going to be weird. And I'm going to be presenting, and they're going to see what I see as I jump around. And I'm going to get out of that. So I'm presenting. I just click stop sharing to get out. And notice how the reactions, they'll go away on their own. And you can also go in and scroll over it and do an X to get rid of it. If I don't want grid view anymore, I just click the icon right here and it's going to go back to my normal. I can then go into my people. Remember, I am the owner of the room, so I'm the only one that can remove people. Notice Dana has muted herself. As the teacher, you cannot unmute people, okay? Only your students can unmute themselves, so you do need to teach them how to unmute themselves. They can do it in the People tab. They can also do it down here on the bar. So if I go back in the grid, I can see some of my friends, and if I want to close out the room, I can say, thank you very much for attending this.
Rebecca, don't kick them out yet. Someone wants you to demo the presenter mode again. How did you do the presenter mode?
Sure. So anytime that bar disappears, you can click into your screen and bring that bar back up down at the bottom. So right here is the Present Now button in the bottom right-hand corner. So you can choose your entire screen or just the window. And I have 2 monitors going right now, so it's going to let me choose which screen do I want to share. So if I go with this first one and I click the share button, it's going to give me a pop-up that says I'm now presenting my screen. I'm still on the same tab, so if I want to move over, now I can present to my class the findings we had from our survey, what topics are of interest, and what people want to hear about. I can pop over into my drive and show them a document. I can show them how to turn on and off their extensions or how to get new extensions. And once I'm finished presenting, I'll go back to my Meet tab, and then I'll click the Stop Sharing button, and we'll be back into our grid view.
And now, do all students see if students have their hands raised or the nod extensions, or
Yes.
only the teacher?
Everyone sees it.
So everyone can see that as well. But
Yes.
remember, with nod, you need to make sure every kid downloads that extension as well. And it only works on Google Chrome.
Correct. It only works on Google Chrome. It is whitelisted for students. Grid view is also whitelisted for students, so the students can do the grid view as well, so they can see all of their classmates at once. And if you'll notice, the reactions are, for the most part, pretty positive. A thumbs up, a well done. There's a questioning one, wow, and then, the LOL, you gotta have that. There's also settings over here, so you can check for updates. I have noticed since last week there's been 2 updates to this extension, so you can actually update it right here inside of Meet. Any other questions before we jump out of the Meet?
Yeah, I think the one big thing is the questions that keep flying by really quickly is that how can they see the screen they're presenting and their students? And the only way to do that is to have more than one monitor. So you would need more than one monitor to have your whatever you're presenting on one monitor, and then you have your Google Meet on the different monitor. Now, we know many of you only have a Chromebook at home. Many of you brought home one of the district standard Chromebooks. Some of the Chromebooks have an actual HDMI port. Others have a USB-C port, but what we're recommending is you can just plug it right into your own television at home, and that can become another monitor. But the important thing is, if you don't have a full big HDMI port, you do have to buy a USB-C to HDMI dongle at Best Buy, Amazon, wherever, and then you can make your giant, however big TV screen your second monitor, but then you can see your kids and they can see what you're presenting. That looks like the main question so far.
I just saw a question about the kids being able to see each other, and they can, for your dance party, they can install the grid view. And that way, if they click the grid view, just like I'm able to see all my teammates now, all of the students will be able to see each other. So if you have 20 students, it's going to break it into 20 thumbnails. And so when they're having their dance party, they'll be able to see each other.
So Rebecca has shown us how to get Chrome extensions. The slide deck, which we will have on our website, does have detailed instructions on how to install Chrome extensions, how to turn off or uninstall. We do just want to make sure that you understand that depending on how many extensions you might have, they can slow down the functionality of your Chrome browser. So you really want to be careful with those extensions, but Nod and Grid are two that we think will make your lives a lot easier managing your classroom virtually. Also, we have.
I was demoing that workaround that the teacher was showing in the chat. Yeah. So, like, the workaround for that would be just to pull your tab out and push it to the side and make your grid view smaller. So then, yes, you could see them at the same time. You would just have to, well, you'd still be presenting that screen.
Well, you could choose just that tab to present or that window to present.
That's right, Shu. Good. Yep.
Yeah. So when you do present, you just choose the window.
All right, let's try that.
I do know they are. I do know obviously the screens are quite small, so you know, having a split screen on there will be quite small. Yeah, you just got to figure out which one it is.
Which window?
Yeah. I have a lot of windows open.
Yeah.
Which tab and which window?
Yeah, so there are some workarounds. I mean, the best case though is to have two monitors. It makes it really super beneficial, so you can see everybody in a large environment. Because especially if you have 20, 30 kids, everybody gets really small. So teachers are using the nickname correctly. Their students should not be able to join the meet without the teacher present. Hey Sue, how are you? Good to see you. So technically, yes. What I have discovered through testing, though, is that if you go to the meet.google.com and you type in, like ours was today was EdTech training, even if I'm just sitting there and people get the nickname, they can come in and they can join. But if I don't go to meet.google.com and put in EdTech training, none of the kids will be able to get in there until I do that. But it does, once you initiate the meeting, even if you haven't joined it yet, kids can join right now. So don't go and initiate it until you're ready to start. Eric, you have a comment? Oh.
No, the question on the screen is how do you mute a student? So maybe Eric, will you unmute your mic? Maybe someone unmute their mic, and so there we go. Now show how to mute.
So you would go up to the top to the people tab, and now I can see that I'm unmuted, Dana is muted, Dave's muted, Eric is unmuted, Mike is
blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
blah,
I'm
blah,
like,
blah,
excuse
blah,
me, Eric. So I would click on Eric's name, and right here on the microphone,
you can mute.
I'm going to mute him. Now I can't unmute him. He has to unmute himself. So I would have to say, Eric, now it's your turn. You may unmute.
Right.
There's another question on unmuting the presentation screen, and I think maybe what that question is about, and Leela or Lila, would be like if you're trying to play a video on the presentation slide, and unfortunately video just doesn't work very well over Meet. The one workaround we found is if you want to watch the SLSO, the Smart Learning Suite Online live stream we did, you could actually put the YouTube video inside of an SLSO environment and share that to the students, and then the video would play to them. But our other workaround is honestly really just to either front load the video, which is post the video in your classroom and they have to watch it before they come, or talk about what you need to talk about and then, you know, put it after and have them watch the video after.
So I researched this yesterday because I went through the Google community and I found a lot of answers. There is a workaround. It's kind of convoluted. I'll put the steps on our website so you can see it, but the option to have audio playing on a video through a Google Meet, that's in development right now with Google, and they hope to have that out soon. I'll put the workaround on there. I can't remember step for step right now, so I don't want to tell you the wrong thing. But another person had said, you know, attaching an external mic also worked for them. I haven't tested either one of these, but the one everybody on the stream said that worked for them. So I have to test it.
Another comment is that they've not used the codes or nicknames. They've only been making it through a calendar invite, and they want to know if that is secure. And the answer to that is no. Only if you're using it with adults. So if you're meeting with a group of your grade level or subject area, you can still create the calendar invite and share that link with other teachers. But if you are meeting with students, the proper way is the way Rebecca shared and what's on our website, which is creating it through the app selector. Even if you delete that link, people can still come back in. Am I moving back over to Tasha?
Yeah, I guess so. Thank you so much, team. I appreciate you. Talk to you soon.
Thank you who are on the meet. For the rest of us in the live stream, Tasha's going to finish out, and then we'll go with more questions. So please feel free to keep asking more questions.
Thank you. So just to review, we did our demonstration, and the slide deck, which it will be on our website, has more detailed information on how to actually close a meeting, how to make sure that your students have left the meeting. We also included this etiquette guide so that you can go over, the proper behavior online with your students in terms of muting and asking questions, which that nod extension is going to make that a lot more visible for them to ask a question, to wait in their turn, staying attentive, paying attention. So this etiquette guide is there for you to download, as well as additional resources. We also want to point out that this link right here, this bit.ly help form at Tech, we have a lot of members of our team who are available, not just with Google products, but if you have questions about SMART, SLSO, any type of need that you might have, please go ahead and fill out this form. We want to assist you as best as we can. And this form will help us make sure that your questions are being answered and the right person is getting to your request. And coming soon, we have some really, really cool webinars. We're starting to move into more of the technology integration piece. Once you have everything all set up, how can you really maximize these tools in your classroom, in your virtual classroom? So Monday, we're going to be talking about Google Jamboard. This afternoon, we have Tanya Avrath from Adobe coming back again to talk to us about Adobe Spark. I'm really excited about that one. Adobe Spark is on every teacher and student's district portal, and it's a wonderful content creation tool. So she's going to talk to us about that. We have on Friday Google Slides, Google Forms, and Sheets working together, and also more advanced Google Docs. And then next week we'll have some Discovery and Brain Pops. So we have a lot that we want to share with you guys. So with that, if you don't have any additional questions,
there is one more time. Sorry, Rebecca. One more time.
No problem.
Can you please explain how to create a Google Meet properly?
Sure. Okay, so you are going to want to go through the app selector, either through your mail or through your drive, however you want to do it. Click the Google Meet icon, and then you're going to click Join or Start a Meeting. And this is where you're going to put in your unique code. So we made suggestions, but you can do whatever is best for you, but it just needs to be unique, because any name that's in our whole domain will be used. So I'm just going to make this pretty long.
You woke up Siri there.
Siri. I'm gonna copy it right there, and I'm going to click Continue. Now this meeting name is what I would give my students when I'm ready to start the meeting. So,
and students will join the same way, going through their tile in the portal, clicking on the Meet, and then pasting in your name that you made.
Correct.
Right. Or you could have them in the Google Classroom. You could have directions that say, go to this link, and it would be meet.google.com, and put in this meeting code. And then that's where you would put in the code that we're looking at right here. And once they do that, now remember, when I'm on this screen, people can begin joining once I'm here. So you don't want to be sitting here before you're ready to send that code to other people. And then once we join, let me turn this mic off. Once I'm joined and my other people, can one of you guys, Shu or Tosh, can y'all jump in so I can show you how to remove? Once other people join, you'll see them join in the People tab, and you'll see everybody's name.
That is also where you got the phone number. You saw the phone number popped up as well. So if a student does not have a computer, they can dial in and listen in. Just know that phone number does change often. We think it's every time you leave and come back, the number does change.
I think it's every 3 to 5 minutes because I was able to do it back to back, but that's not
okay.
So down here on the bottom left is where you can also get that phone number. So once you're in the meeting, it's also there as well.
So it's very important. If you are meeting with students, you do not want to use any kind of link or URL to share with them.
Correct.
All you want with students is to give them that unique code, and that code can be reused over and over and over again, because once all of your students leave and you leave, the room will lock and it won't open again until you come back in.
Okay, so now I have Tasha and I have John in here. And I'm saying goodbye to my class. You guys were wonderful, but you're gonna have the 2 or 3 who just got out from their computer and walked away and didn't close out. So I can click their names, and over here to the right with the minus symbol, I can say goodbye, John, and I can remove him. And then I can say goodbye to Tasha, and I can remove her. And then once I have removed them and then I hang up, they're not going to be able to rejoin.
John, can you show my screen real quick? So for your students, just so that you know what they see, they clearly see someone has removed them from the meeting, and then the only option they have is to return to the home screen.
So I know there were lots of questions going rapid fire in the chat. I think that the moderators hit most of them. We know that there's a lot going on right now with Google Meet and Google Classroom. We've been told that up to 80% of Google's engineers are actually working on the education platforms right now. So we know that changes are coming quickly. We have seen ideas. There's some YouTube videos out there sharing what's possibly coming down the line. But just know that the website that we have, that Google Meet page that was shared multiple times, that have the directions, that will always have the most up-to-date directions for our Google Meet. So whenever Google flips the switch and turns on whatever the new integration is with Classroom, we will have updates on that Google Meet page that Tasha brought up right there for you to be able to see the newest and latest way that we're recommending creating a Google Meet.
That's right. And as soon as Meet is integrated with Classroom, we will definitely be back live doing a webinar with you to walk you through best practices, tips and tricks, and how to make that the most secure for your students.
So don't forget about the help form. It's been posted multiple times in the channel. That will go to a group of people to get your question answered as fast as possible. People will screen share, whatever. Tasha, you want to share the website too? Tasha's demoing the website right now where you can see our calendar. Many of you got here that way. And again, all of the resources in the top right corner.
And this will take you to our YouTube channel.
Yes, for sure. Please feel free to subscribe down below. You can hit the bell to know when we're live or going live soon, or any videos we upload. So with that, I'll let you ladies.
Thanks for joining us for your Lunch and Learn. Have a